How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a special Sunday edition of From the Stretch. This is the new home of all of our shows here on Jay's All TV and Sports Channel. Welcome to EV Mux. That's right. That's where we're going to be from here on out. And this is one of those new streaming platforms that I guess is just as comparable with StreamYard. We're going to try it and see how it works. And of course, this is like not really a test, but things might show up a little bit differently in the camera angles, as well as which way things are going to be with the share screen and all of that fun stuff. So hopefully we'll get all of this taken care of over the course of the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I know no new shows are going to be coming up, like Wipe Those Tears as well for 2 weeks. Versus you might see every once in a while. This is stuff to test things and see where we go from there. Okay? So sit back, relax, enjoy this time here, because we're going to be looking at 3 art events, as you know, current events. And this is episode number 14 of From the Stretch on this Sunday, December 22nd, 2024. The first thing up on the list here today is A Symphony for All the Ages. That's right. Let me put the banner up as well, too. Put you there. There we go. That's it. Symphony for All Ages. Beethoven Symphony Number 5 premieres. Yes, it premiered in Vienna, captivating audiences with its revolutionary style and emotional depth. The performance marked a turning point in classical music history, solidifying Beethoven's reputation as one of the greatest composers of all time, with its iconic 4-note motif. Da-da, da-da-da-da. You know, the symbol, the symphony has become a symbol of the disco era for most of those, Fifth of Beethoven, as they say. But we'll look further into that just a little bit, okay? Next up, the Dreyfus Affair, 1894 for this particular event. It's a political scandal with lasting repercussions. With the French army, Alfred Dreyfus was wrongly convicted of treason. This infamous case not only exposed deep-seated anti-Semitism within France, but also revealed systemic corruption in the military and the government. It ignited debates about justice, equality, and national identity. All right, and then after that, we'll go to 1989 with the reopening of the Berlin Wall. Yes, a historic turning point. The reopening of Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, actually. Yeah, when this gate in Berlin, a powerful symbol of the division between East and West, reopened as the Berlin Wall fell, marking the end of the Cold War era. The historic event captured the world's attention, signifying a new chapter of unity and freedom, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so we're looking at those articles today on From the Stretch, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. We'll put up our ticker banner here. That's where we are. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I'll tell you, this is going to be really interesting. So let's take a look at the first one, the Symphony for the Ages, Beethoven Symphony Number 5. And I'm also going to put myself in full screen mode here, so that way I can see where I'm looking at. There we go. And let's take a look at this one from 1808. So the premiere took place at Vienna's Theater an der Wien in a marathon concert lasting over 4 hours. The event was not just a showcase for Beethoven's Symphony Number 5, but also featured the premiere of his Symphony Number 6, the Pastoral, as well as his Piano Concerto Number 4 and the Choral Fantasy. And despite the freezing temperatures inside the theater and the lack of adequate rehearsal time, the performance left a lasting impression on those who attended. The symphony's dramatic opening, filled with tension and urgency, immediately captured the audience's attention and set the tone for an unforgettable musical experience. Symphony Number 5 stands out not only for its memorable motif, but also its innovative structure and emotional depth. And Beethoven's use of the four-note theme as a unifying element throughout the symphony was groundbreaking. It demonstrated his mastery in transforming a simple idea into a complex and dynamic musical narrative. The symphony's journey from darkness to triumph, concluding with a victorious C major finale, mirrors Beethoven's own struggles with deafness and personal adversity. This connection between music and human perseverance resonated deeply with audiences, elevating the symphony to iconic status. Over 2 centuries later, Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 continues to inspire and influence musicians and listeners around the world. Its four-note motif has transcended the concert hall, appearing in film scores, advertisements, and popular culture. The symphony's message of resilience and triumph over hardship remains as relevant today as it was in Beethoven's time. And for many, it is not merely a piece of music, but a testament to the power of creativity and determination in the face of challenges. Symphony Number 5 also paved the way for future composers to push the boundaries of classical music. Its innovative use of motifs and emotional storytelling influenced the Romantic era and beyond, encouraging artists to explore new forms of expression. And Beethoven's work continues to be studied and performed worldwide, ensuring that his genius remains an integral part of our cultural heritage. The premiere of Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 on December 22nd of this date, 1808, was a defining moment in history of music, and its combination of innovation, emotional depth, and universal themes has cemented its place as one of the greatest compositions ever created. Today, it serves as a reminder of the enduring power of art to connect, inspire, and transform lives. There you have it. Good stuff. Wow. Does that ever take you back? I guess. For all time's sake. Yep. All right, let's go now to our next article, which then takes us to 1894, the Dreyfus Affair, a turning point in French history. Let's take a look at this one here. So, this political scandal with lasting repercussions began on this date, 1894, when French Army officer Alfred Dreyfus was wrongly convicted of treason. And this infamous case not only exposed deep-seated anti-Semitism within France, but also revealed systemic corruption in the military and government. And it ignited debates about justice, equality, and national identity, which resonate even today. Alfred Dreyfus, a Jewish officer in the French army, was accused of passing military secrets to Germany despite a lack of concrete evidence. He was convicted in a closed-door trial and sentenced to life imprisonment on Devil's Island, a remote penal colony. The accusation against Dreyfus was largely based on forged documents and fueled by rampant anti-Semitic sentiment in the late 19th century France. The trial and conviction of Dreyfus polarized French society, and on one side were those who supported the military and government, often motivated by nationalist and anti-Semitic ideologies. On the other were advocates for justice and equality, including intellectuals, journalists, and artists who questioned the integrity of the judicial process. The Dreyfus Affair reached a turning point in 1898 when Émile Zola, a prominent French novelist, published his famous open letter, J'accuse, in Paris in a newspaper. Zola's letter accused the French government and military of orchestrating a miscarriage of justice and shielding the real culprit to protect their reputations. This bold statement brought international attention to the case and intensified public scrutiny. Zola's intervention, if I can straighten myself, I'll be all right. There we go. Am I good? Okay. Zola's intervention was instrumental in galvanizing the Dreyfusards, a group of supporters advocating for Dreyfus's exoneration. Their efforts eventually led to a retrial where it was revealed that much of the evidence against Dreyfus had been fabricated. And despite the revelation, Dreyfus was convicted again in 1899, albeit with a reduced sentence, and it wasn't not until 1906 that he was fully exonerated and reinstated in the military. The Dreyfus affair profoundly influenced French politics and society. It exposed the pervasive anti-Semitism within the French establishment, sparking widespread debates about civil rights and the role of minorities in society. The scandal also led to significant reforms in the French military and judicial systems, aiming to prevent similar miscarriages of justice in the future. Furthermore, the affair highlighted the power of the press and public opinion in holding institutions. I'm sorry. Holding institutions accountable. That's what we're looking for. It's a set precedent for investigative journalism and activism as tools for social change. The case also inspired the founding of organizations dedicated to fighting anti-Semitism and defending human rights, some of which continue to operate today. The Dreyfus Affair remains a pivotal moment in modern history, serving as a stark reminder of the dangers of prejudice and the importance of upholding justice. It underscored the necessity of a fair and transparent legal system, as well as the courage required to confront systemic wrongdoing. The legacy of the affair continues to influence debates about equality, justice, and the rule of law. And by examining the Dreyfus Affair, we gain valuable insights into the complexities of societal divisions and the enduring struggle for justice. Its lessons remain relevant, reminding us that vigilance and activism are essential to safeguarding democracy and human rights in any era. Good stuff. Let's move on to the next article here. Get ourselves going. Now to 1989, the reopening of Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, a historic turning point. And we're going to put up the full screen on this one here. So let's look at this one now. Take you to this. And I think I like the captioning on this. It's nice. The ticker and the banner. It's a good one. So here we are, 1989. As Reagan says, President Gorbachev, tear down that wall, which he does. Yes. The Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, a powerful symbol of the division between East and West, reopened as the Berlin Wall fell, marking the end of the Cold War era. This historic event captured the world's attention, signifying a new chapter of unity, freedom, and hope for Germany and the world. Constructed in the late 18th century, the Brandenburg Gate originally symbolized peace and triumph. Designed by architect Karl Gotthard Langens, it stood as an iconic entryway to Berlin and a proud representation of German heritage. However, its meaning shifted dramatically in the mid-20th century when it became a physical and ideological barrier between East and West Berlin during the Cold War. Positioned directly next to the Berlin Wall, the gate stood in a no-man's land, inaccessible to both sides and epitomizing the division between democratic West Germany and communist East Germany. For decades, the gate was a poignant reminder of Germany's fractured identity and the broader struggle between the two global superpowers. It was often depicted in photographs and broadcasts as a symbol of separation, reinforcing the idea that freedom and unity were distant dreams for the people living on either side of the wall. The events leading up to the 1989 event on this 22nd of December were a cascade of monumental changes across Eastern Europe. The peaceful revolutions in Eastern Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and other nations led to the rapid erosion of communist regimes, On November 9th of 1989, the Berlin Wall was breached, and East and West Berliners celebrated their newfound freedom as they tore down sections of the wall. The reopening of the Brandenburg Gate symbolized a more formal acknowledgement of this transformation. Thousands gathered on that chilly December day as German Chancellor Helmut Kohl and East German Prime Minister Hans Modrow ceremoniously opened the gate. The atmosphere was eclectic, electric, filled with cheers, tears, and the shared sense of history being made. The gate, once a barrier, became a bridge that reunited families, friends, and a nation. The reopening of the Brandenburg Gate remains one of the most enduring images of the Cold War's conclusion. Signified not just the physical reunification of Berlin and Germany, but also the collapse of oppressive ideologies that had divided Europe for decades. The event paved the way for Germany's official reunification on October 3rd of 1990 and solidified its role as a cornerstone of a more integrated and peaceful Europe. Today, the Brandenburg Gate stands as a global symbol of unity and resilience, and has become a site for celebrations, protest, and remembrance, reflecting its evolution from a symbol of division to one of hope. Tourists from around the world visit the gate, marveling at its beauty and the profound historical significance it embodies. The events of today, or of that date, 1989, serve as a reminder of the power of peaceful change and the enduring human desire for freedom. The Brandenburg Gate's reopening, that is, not only transformed Germany, but also inspired movements for democracy and unity around the world. Decades later, it continues to remind us of the importance of breaking down walls, both literal and metaphorical, that divide humanity. And there you have it. The historical events of the last 100-some-odd years. And boy, oh boy, 1808 to 1989. Great stuff. And great show for all of you here today. Thank you for joining me here on this EV Mux presentation of From the Stretch. I'll see you the next time. And remember, of course, be honest, be real, and keep it simple, stupid. Yes. Have a great day. Bye-bye.